Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Geelan for SYS-CON TV. We are here. You can hear it in the background at 8th Cloud Expo. That's Cloud Expo New York. We have Yves de Montcheuil with us, which means we must have Talend with us. Much more important. Yves, welcome to New York. And I can't say welcome to the cloud. You guys are all over it. How about tell a viewer who's not heard of Talend, horrible thought, where you fit in the ecosystem?
Well, hello Jeremy, and thanks for having me on SYS-CON TV. Talend is a vendor of open source integration software. We've been in business for about 4 years, and we have really managed to change the landscape of integration by introducing an open source alternative to the large proprietary vendors. Today we are here at Cloud Expo to announce Talend Cloud, which is a cloud-enabled integration platform.
Now that's quite a bold move, and you're taking on, there is lots of other things out there, so what makes Talend Cloud completely different from anything else?
Well, two things, Jeremy. The first one is that it's fully open source, so it can be downloaded, installed, configured, deployed in production without necessarily having to pay license fees to a vendor and without having to invest huge amounts of money in order to get integration between your applications. And then the second thing that makes it different is that it's a totally unified integration platform that covers data integration, data quality, master data management, as well as an enterprise service bus, all within a complete unified platform that's being specifically optimized for the cloud.
And what kind of people will gravitate towards you rather than maybe the proprietary ones? It's a cost-driven decision?
It can be a cost-driven decision, but it's mostly about flexibility. Open source gives you a high level of flexibility that you just cannot get from proprietary software.
And you mean flexibility in the sense of different ways to deploy it? It's agnostic, so you can run anything on it, or what?
Absolutely. The standard is obviously one big thing, but also the fact that you can extend the platform, that you can augment it with additional connectors. You have full control over your solution. Now, of course, doesn't mean that it cannot be deployed out of the box. It can be deployed out of the box, but it's also extensible and customizable.
Right. Now, Talend Cloud, how are you going to get the word out? Do you have reference customers already? How is that going to work? How are we going to help you not dominate the world, but, get your place in the sunshine?
Well, Jeremy, you're already playing your part and getting me on the air here, obviously. Yes, we have pilot customers, but it's a new offering, but it's built on 4 years of expertise in data integration and application integration, and we have lots of customers out there who are extremely interested in bringing their integration processes to the cloud.
How does it work geographically? I've heard things, for example, like in Japan, they're looking at integration straight to the cloud because they're not very big on waiting to do so or whatever, and they've decided that the cloud offers them this sort of instant integration. I don't know if you have anything going on in Japan, but are you noticing different things around the world?
Well, what we notice is that every customer is different in their approach to combining on-premise applications with cloud applications, public and private, and software as a service applications. And one of the strengths that the integration platform brings is the ability to integrate in this hybrid environment as opposed to purely on-premise or purely in the cloud.
So there is an ease factor there as well, perhaps?
There is an ease, there is a quick deployment factor, and there is the support for all the technologies that you need to support in order to be successful in your cloud deployment.
Now, talking of support, given that you're an open source play, let's go into that a little bit. So now I've decided I'm going to use the Talend Cloud. What support am I going to get from your end, from the company end?
Well, you're going to get exactly the same support as what you would expect from a traditional vendor. That's where commercial open source really is different than community-driven open source, which is great also. I mean, don't get me wrong, community open source is a great thing, but if you are into mission-critical production environment, you want to get a vendor that's behind its product and that's going to provide you mission-critical support with service-level agreements, and this is exactly what Talend provides.
And tell us a little about the company. You clearly are not from New York.
How did you guess that? I mean, I can try.
No, spare the world.
All right, Talend is originally a European company. We are dual headquartered in France and in the Silicon Valley. Our CEO is actually based in Los Altos. We are about 400 people strong, deployed in 8 countries, and we got approximately 2,500 paying customers, in addition to the tens of millions of downloads of our open source solutions.
So really, if someone isn't using the Talend Cloud, just for that alone, they should be giving you a shout, right? They should be looking, because this is not a small company, and this is not a group without some considerable talent.
We are an established player. As I was saying, we've been in business for several years. We are covering data integration, data quality, MDM, application integration with an enterprise service bus that can either be used separately or combined within the unified Talend platform. And then, of course, the products are very easy to get through. You just get to our website, you download them, you install them, and if you like what you see, you can deploy them right into production without having to enter into any kind of contract or financial commitment to get to that point.
So basically, the zillions of people watching this just have to go to talend.com.
Yeah, that's talend.com and hit the download button and get what you need.
Change your enterprise life. And we will just wait for that announcement to go here at Cloud Expo before we say thunderous thanks to Yves de Montcheuil. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you on Silicon Valley, which is even closer then to your global headquarters in November.
I'd love to. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, and thank you for watching this out there on the World Wide Web.